amigos? What's happening at CC Radio Time? You can follow along on all Disruption Network social media platforms. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. I know I certainly am. Shout out to my sponsors today. Shout out to EJA Moving Services, the professional movers. When you're ready to move and relocate, hit them up 315-335-0516. There's no task they can't handle. They'll pretty much move you pretty much wherever you want to go. They'll move you to Japan. They'll move you to Singapore. They'll move you to Camden. It doesn't matter. They'll pretty much move you anywhere. So they pack up the boxes for you, and they bring those boxes wherever you need to go. It's a great, reputable service. EJAmoving.com. You can find them online. Thank you to my good friends at Joey's at 307. It's 307 Mohawk Street. You want a good meal this week in Utica? Check them out on Mohawk Street, 307. Call them today at 315-864-3527. You need a reservation because the place is always packed. You can find them online at 315eats.com. Thank you to Utica Coffee, Saranac Brewery. My attorney, Dave Longeretta, has been keeping me out of trouble since the early 90s. If you need legal advice, give him a call today. He's really good. Trust me. I speak from experience. 315-735-6162. Shout out to Ballsy, ballwash.com. Use promo code members only for a 15% discount. I got to give a shout out to my boys over at Upgrade Brain Formula, the Freeman Formula, freemanformula.com. Use promo code disruption for a 15% discount. I'll tell you, I got a little bottle of it right here. For some reason, as soon as I drink this, I instantly start doing push-ups. So, and Jeremy's got it right there, the proprietor in the house. And he's also got a new thing going on right now, which we are been promoting for the last week. It's called Lasting Confidence, where men go for growth. It's lastingconfidence.com. And Jeramy Freeman, our good friend, is in the house with me today. Well, he's not in the house. He's in his house. And I'm in my house, of course. But he's here with us to talk about lasting confidence and this whole procedure that's going on where men go for growth. Bro, I'm telling you, got everybody's interest piqued.
Well, listen, you know my background. And so, I'm a science guy, and I've worked with multiple men over the years, thousands and thousands of them. And usually, in the way of coming to me and saying, hey, I need more muscle mass. I need to get in shape. I need to lose body fat, whatever it is. And, when somebody comes to me, they're usually, they're here, but when they leave me, they're in a better place. And so essentially, my goal is to help them improve, help them be better, help them improve their confidence. And so essentially, I've been doing this for, over 30 years. And again, it helped men get in the best shape of their lives. Well, just about a year ago, I was doing an online program because, as you know, there wasn't a lot of in-house stuff going on. And I was doing a program called Becoming MVP, the Most Valuable Player. And it was marketed directly to men between the ages of 40 and 60 years old. And those are the guys, in my demographic, really, because listen, I'm an ex-athlete. I used to be a professional bodybuilder. And so a lot of these guys know me, but these guys are the firefighters, police officers, the ex-military, ex-athletes, guys that, again, they're past their prime. They're always talking about how great they used to be. You know what I mean? But they're all, they're getting out of shape. They're feeling that the signs of aging and their confidence is beginning to wane. And so in this program, of course, I always, start with mindset. Mindset's key. And so I always start from the top down, you know what I mean? Because the things you think and how you think dictate whatever cell in your body does. And so essentially your thoughts are very, very powerful. And that's the things that I talk about. But of course, a lot of these guys come to me because they want to be in better shape. They want to look better and they want to lose that extra 30, 40, 50 pounds of gain during COVID. And so that's what that program was about. Well, I had a guy that was in my program that was a doctor, and he was doing these men's procedures for growth enhancement, penile growth enhancement. And so I do one of my programs is the biology of how to gain muscle rapidly. And I call it the power of 3. And so I give the breakdown of the biology of how this works. And there's 3 phases to growth. And so this doctor comes to me and says, hey, this is really interesting, how you break this down. And he asked, do you think that what you're doing here for muscle would pertain to what I do in my field? And so I said, let me see what you guys are doing. And so I said, absolutely. And so I came up with a post-procedure protocol after they did injections into the shaft of the penis. I'm allowed to say that. And essentially what was happening is they're causing, a stimulation or trauma in that way. And so then I worked on the recovery and the growth process. So the growth process has 3 stages. First, it's stimulation or trauma. Second is recovery. And then third is growth. And so if you think about the way most people train, they skip the growth process. And here's the reason why. They go into the gym, they train hard, they cause some trauma, and then they're sore for maybe 4 days, and they've got through recovery. And then after those 4 days, they go right back into training again because they're not sore anymore. But there's one more phase. They skipped the growth phase, which probably takes about 4 or 5 more days. So you need more time to allow your body to go into that growth process. Well, anyways, to be able to shorten the story here, I wrote a post-procedure protocol for this doctor to have his patients do these things specifically. My background is biochemistry, so essentially I looked at it and said, okay, the whole process is doing these injections to be able to help your body create more collagen in that area, to create more growth, because our skin is, of course, made of collagen. And so I said, what has to happen is your body has to create what's called the hydroxylation process, where your body takes all the propeptides, which essentially are little ropes that combine together into little braids and create a scaffolding. It's a scaffolding for new structure, for increasing a new matrix for growth of collagen. And so I gave him a layout of exactly what they needed to do, and these guys are coming back with literally almost double the progress that they were getting before. So a lot of guys are doing it and they're getting like, a quarter inch to half an inch of increase. Well, now doing this post-procedure protocol, they're getting 3/4 to even 1.5 inches.
Wow.
Okay, one procedure, exactly. So it's way beyond what anybody else out there was getting. And so that made me very interested, because in this program, knowing that I had a doctor that was doing this, I would talk to some of these guys that are doing the Power 3 workout and say, hey, what area do you really want to improve? What body part do you want to grow the most? And most guys just jokingly, they're just joking and say, I'd like a bigger dick, I mean, that's what they'd say. And, they're joking, but, so and we laugh it off. But again, they're not joking though. That's just it. I mean, the thing about it is that they're joking, but they're not joking, because and so when I took a deeper look at this, I'm like, man, I had 42 guys in this program, probably 60, 70% of them would actually make that joke. And I'm like, and then I'm talking to this doctor, I'm like, hey, listen, I'm going to refer people to you, and I want them to do this post-procedure protocol. And if it's really working that well, then this is something I want to get involved with, because, one of the things that, is significant for a lot of these guys is the increase in confidence. I mean, that's the subconscious, thing that we don't talk about. I mean, I think essentially for us, nobody wants to be average, but we're all mostly average, you know what I mean? And so essentially, especially in today's world, if you're out there looking at what's out there, even if a guy's watching porn or something along those lines, you're seeing things that are like, man, I'm a little bit less than, I don't measure up, you know what I mean? And that's how we start thinking, and that kind of stuff, I think, happens early on, even in the locker room. Think about back when we were playing sports in school, or just even, and again, you're always some people are ridiculed, and then there's different types of guys. There's guys that literally throw it all off and just, this is who I am, and they got that confidence, they got that BDE, I guess you'd call it, and there's other guys that just cover it up. They don't want anybody to see, because there's people are mean, kids are mean, they make fun, and so essentially, that really dings their confidence and for a lifetime even. So what we're seeing is a major, massive increase with these guys, in confidence. And so that's the big thing for me. It doesn't matter what size you are. I mean, I don't even interact with the people, because I have a whole medical staff. We have a whole professional team that does all this. I'm just the one that promotes it, markets it, and is part owner of this business. And so because I've created this post-procedure protocol that literally is like knocking the socks off this industry. And this industry is increased by 525%. So wow. For me, it just makes sense to be able to go into an industry where it's really growing and it's the beginning of things, I mean, if you think about it, women have had procedure after procedure for years and years and years, from breast implants. Now, of course, they have, liposuction, tummy tucks, their lips, their butt injections. You name it, they have it all. So again, women's procedures have been out there, and it's something that is huge. Men, however, are just slowly getting into this, and now this gives them an outlet to be able to have real results that again it's non-surgical. They don't have to go under the knife. You're in and out within about 2 hours, and again, it's a filler solution that is injected under the skin, and then we give you a procedure to help increase that scaffolding, that collagen growth and increase, and also to help increase with new nerve endings. And I mean, literally, you would never, these guys are getting that you never even know it doesn't look fake. It's real. I mean, it's your own body. And it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
So essentially, is it like Botox for your penis?
No, Botox would actually would dullify the nerves and make it so it probably didn't work as well.
Right.
Yeah. So essentially, one of the biggest things these guys see is that the flaccid length is much longer because you're hanging long all the time and thicker. So again, it's bigger around and thicker. I mean, so you're essentially locker room ready. You know what I mean? It's just bigger and thicker all the time. And then of course it's much bigger also when erect as well. So it's amazing. It's one of those things where you're like, we always kind of think about that, man, only if it's just a little bit bigger. Always, in the back of our minds as guys, we think that, and the thing about it is, it doesn't matter if you're small or big. We all think we could be bigger. That's just our mindset, And so this essentially helps that process, helps somebody, go to that next level, helps increase their confidence. And so what we've done is we've looked directly at the market, and we've seen, a lot of companies out there that are doing this, that are experts in the field, that are charging like $1,500 for a single syringe. And of course, this procedure takes about 30 to 40 syringes. So you're talking $50,000 to $60,000. We're like, no freaking way.
Wow.
This is crazy. Yeah, exactly. For one procedure. So we have made it very, very affordable. And we found all of the different companies out there that will help extend credit to anybody that has over 520 credit score, so they can get quick, easy credit, and so like Care Credit, Cherry, different ones like that, so that we have easy financing for people. And we've done it for a single procedure for $8,997, so just under $9,000. So literally a third, maybe even a quarter of the price of a lot of places out there. So we're making it so it's affordable for men to go out and have this done and have, permanent positive results and a major boost in their confidence.
Jeramy, take me through the process, the whole procedure from day one all the way to the, growth period.
Yeah. Okay. So it's relatively simple. So there's different solutions that are used, throughout this industry, and so we've gone with the ones that pull the most collagen and help your body create more collagen quickly. So there's, some companies use what are called CMCs, some use silicone oils, some use HA products, some use PLAs. I don't get into all those are, but essentially what I did is the research to show what will bring in and pull in and make your body produce the most collagen. And so that's what we do is we have that solution. So our solution is it's top of the line. Biologically, we know it works better. Okay, and then so that right there, they come in and it's the staff super professional. Everybody understands and knows it, and again makes you feel super comfortable. We're very discreet. So again, if somebody just comes in, they don't want anybody to know. Again, just super discreet, and we only have one person in our room at a time, even in our entryway, one at a time. That's it. Mm-hmm. We don't load it up. So essentially, they go in, they numb everything up so that you don't feel anything. And then there's a number of micro injections that are the penis is actually sectioned off. So you can section it off, and you're filling in one section at a time. Okay, with a pen, they take a pen and after it's numbed, and then they fill it with this filler all the way around, and then it's wrapped and to be able to kind of keep the filler in position. And so what we do in the post-procedure protocol is we have them take specific things that increase what's called the hydroxylation process. Okay, hydroxylation again is creating that scaffold. You want to create it as fast and quick as you can, and so we load the person with certain vitamins that actually help this process. Okay, it helps your body create what's called a hydroxylation enzyme, speeding up the process of creating collagen. And so that again, the scaffolding is built, and of course, it creates a larger and more effective overall result. And so again, then they'll wrap everything up. Okay, and there's a procedure that they follow for the next, really, essentially 6 weeks. okay, to just really get the best overall results, going through the recovery process. The recovery process is about 3 weeks. The growth process is another 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So, of course, there's, we have them to take, the building blocks of what's needed to be able to create the best result during that time. And it's literally above and beyond. We're actually guaranteeing in our company, we guarantee 3/4 of an inch. Okay. Minimum.
Wow.
No, a lot of companies out there are they're seeing some that are saying different things, but most of them don't guarantee anything. We guarantee it because we're so confident, because we're seeing better results than even that. And so, it's essentially, there's so many studies out there. So if people go to the website, lastingconfidence.com, you can go on there and see, why should I do this? And essentially part of it is because of confidence. Another thing is, as we age as men, we shrink a little bit, and actually women down there, after having kids and everything else, they actually increase by 20 to 40% by the age of 50, depending on how many kids they have. So essentially the men are shrinking, women are increasing in size. And so it's not, they're not fitting together the way they should be. And so it's literally making it so that their sex lives are not what they should be. And so this literally puts a spark in the sex life like nobody's business. It's like essentially having a new toy for both of you. And, and it's literally, again, it's helped resurrecting, pun intended, these relationships, and the spark that sometimes is gone over time. It's really, we're having guys that are just like, this is just literally we have one guy who was talking about his wife and how she very seldomly pursues him. It's always him. And he's got this procedure done. And now, she's all over him. And it's never been like that in their entire relationship. So, again, who doesn't want that? We've got tons of different guys that were in our program that actually did this procedure, and they're like, man alive, what a game changer. And so it's funny because, for me, I always was like, listen, just got to change your mindset. But, But you can't really change that subconscious dinging that kind of dings our confidence under that subconscious and so essentially sometimes we think that we are less than, even though we're average or maybe even a little above average. It doesn't matter, or below average. Either way, it doesn't matter. For me, I don't care where anybody's at. We're
Right.
all humans. We're all here to grow physically, spiritually, mentally, and of course that's a great area to grow too. So essentially what I've done is help create a process with a team, a professional team that's unparalleled to anybody else out there. We have a growth team, and I'm a growth expert. I've been in this business for years, helping people do growth on other levels. So this just adds to it. So the great thing about it is that when you correct that one thing, it's amazing how much it bolsters confidence. We got one guy who was overweight and heavy that's had this procedure done, and he was always dieting beforehand, just had a hard time with it. Now after this procedure, he's like, you know what? I want to exercise. I want to be better. This is literally boost my confidence so much that I'm believing in myself more, and I want to take better care of myself. And he's losing weight like crazy now on the other side of things. So a lot of these guys, of course, they're still doing my other programs like Power of 3, where we show guys how to gain 6 to 10 pounds of muscle in 6 weeks. Again, it's biology. It's pure biology, and that's my specialty. As my former life, I was a professional bodybuilder, but I've helped thousands of guys put on a massive amount of muscle quickly by plugging in the biology of how the body works. We're doing the exact same thing here, plugging in the biology of how the body works to go beyond what Mother Nature gave you, what your genetics gave you, and go one step farther to be, bigger and better than you've ever been before.
Is there some sort of physical therapy after the procedure is done, or some sort of exercise that you're supposed to do, or is it just like you go at it?
No, well, listen, we also do help with men with, of course, ED issues, because that's a huge thing nowadays too. There's maybe a lot of people with ED. And so we have what's called the shockwave. And the shockwave essentially gives, there's ones that you can do in-house where they use this shockwave therapy. For me, I'm like, I don't know if I'd be a guy that would want to be there and do the shockwave. It just seems weird. So we actually also have another device that can go home with somebody that they can use. That's their own personal device to use as a shockwave. And it's crazy with this device because, after using it like 3 or 4 times, all of a sudden it's like you're a teenager again. It's like literally, the ED issues that were, because of a lack of circulation in that area, people that have low blood flow, the spongy tissues clogged up. This helps to literally eradicate all that, increase the blood flow, increase the circulation, increase nerve conduction, all those things, and brings them back. And of course, as you know from Freeman Formula, I also have the product called Platinum Bullet, which we of course promote as well, because we've had men that have used that for years. I created Platinum Bullet years ago because I used to have so many men coming to my office. I mean, even in their 30s, saying, "Man, you know what? I can't stay hard." I mean, I get there, and then all of a sudden it just doesn't stay. And so I created this product to be able to help naturally increase testosterone levels and help to, of course, increase the productivity in the bedroom. And so essentially, it's just helping guys in all those areas that, like I say, I feel like it's taboo to talk about. But listen, it's not taboo. It's just part of life. It's who we are. It's how we're wired. It's the things that we don't talk about because sometimes we're embarrassed about them or embarrassed about our performance. What the bottom line is, we all have experienced it. We've all had those experiences. So it's nothing to be ashamed of, but if you can do something about it, you probably should, because who doesn't want to feel like a teenager again? Listen, right. I'm 51 years old. Yeah. My body needs a tune-up, And so essentially all our body needs a tune-up. And essentially, when it comes to even, when you've been with somebody for years and years, this is something that can literally spice up a relationship and literally bring back that zest that may have kind of faded away.
Yeah, I got a quick story for you, bud, about the Silver Bullet. I used it one day, and it lasted for 2 days. It did. Yeah. It lasted for 2 days, and not that I needed it, but it just wanted to try it out because you had sent me a few, and I'm like, I got to try this out. So I was telling my friends about it, like right around 4th of July this year, and my friend's wife was like, blah, 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 you haven't fucked me, and blah, 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 and so on, so long. She's just going in, and I'm like, hang on, wait 1 second. So I run to my car, and I had it in my car. I'm like, here, and I gave him one. I'm like, welcome to a new dick, pal. Right? They called me the next day. Like, oh my God, can we get more of that? Can we get more of that? So I had a couple more. I gave him a couple more of that, but I told them where to go. You could go to freemanformula.com, use promo code disruption, right? That'd get you a little discount too. So
discount for sure.
The Silver Bullets work. I am a firm believer they work.
It's a platinum bullet.
The platinum bullet. That's right. The platinum bullet. The platinum bullet. Thank you. It's definitely Absolutely. A good product. It helps, and just it was a whole new experience, if you will, and like wow, like the barbershop pole was in full effect.
That's it. Listen, we all want to be the champion. We all want to feel like it's like you just get done. You're like walk around with your chest all puffed out like you're a caveman. You just conquered the world or something like that. But very rarely does that ever happen, right? So essentially. That product just helps get you there. You're ready to go, and you stay longer, and you stay stronger, and so that's part of our protocol post afterwards. We're using, of course, that product for people too, just be able to increase the circulation. There's some guys, of course, that that are getting second procedures, and so we do recommend certain things to be able to increase the elasticity of the skin. Mm-hmm. Something like a penis pump, like a lot of we recommend that for some guys because it can help increase the elasticity by pulling so much blood into it, and that's a good thing for guys too that have ED because they're not used to forcing so much blood into it. It doesn't have it's like pumping up a muscle. The more you train a muscle and get that blood in there, the stronger it's going to be. So essentially that's kind of like exercise for that area. But yeah, we have a full-on protocol. Nobody has what we have. We have a team of experts that are like no other, super professional, and again, guys getting results like nobody's business. And so essentially, if they can book. We're booking into, I think, the end of November right now because we're opening up more times. We're actually opening up full-on location now. Before we were just doing we were renting medical space until we had enough customers to keep things going here. So essentially now it's it's our own location where we can just fill the yeah.
That's awesome. So where's this location going to be? Can you tell us?
Yeah, it's right here in Longwood, Florida. Mm-hmm. Appropriately, Longwood, Florida, and so the address is at 2965 West State Road, 434, Suite 200 in Longwood, Florida.
You didn't get any effects from the hurricane, did you, bud?
We got a couple trees down. That's it.
Yeah.
Not too bad. There's a lot of water. A lot of
Yeah.
water, but not too bad.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
not too bad.
Very good, man.
Down south. But yeah.
Yeah, they got beat up pretty good.
We're along with it. And again, it's something that's just going to continue to, I think, that's going to flourish and grow, in this industry, because not very many men know about it. Listen, before I worked with this doctor, I didn't even know about it. I'm like, what? This exists? And it intrigued me. It really intrigued me, And so, but again, the results we're seeing and the guys that are coming out of this, guys that have actually had the procedure even before at other companies, they're like, they got a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and they're like, I'm not really happy with it. They're literally 3/4 to an inch increase with us. And so, and again, we're doing it the right way. It's really safe. It's non-surgical. It's just it's a non-invasive surgery. You come in, you don't feel anything. There's no pain, and you heal up relatively quickly. And we recommend that you wait, about 6 weeks before you engage in sexual activity. A lot of guys have a hard time doing that, but we just recommend that, afterwards. And I tell you, it's a new industry, and we definitely have the secret that every man has ever wanted. There's other companies out there doing it, but not what we're doing. So I know we're going to be a leader in the field, helping other companies open up and have business like ours. We're going to help them do it too. So we have trainers. We have the top best trainers in the fields for the procedure. So yeah, lastingconfidence.com, where men go for growth, and not just growth for that. Of course, we also have our Power 3 program that we'll be selling to help people get into shape of their life quickly. We also are working on having HRT, hormone replacement therapy, peptides, things of that nature for men as well, to be able to help get their hormones in alignment where they need to be able to, again, feel fresh and young again. Again, we'll even offer a lot of the other therapy or other things that different men are looking for, whether it has to do with fillers in the face or things that along those lines. We have all that stuff too, all the rejuvenation stuff.
Yes, and on top of the upgrade, our little potion that we love around here so much, man. We can't keep this around here. Everybody steals it on us over here. This stuff is flying. I love it. Upgrade brain formula. I talk about it every day. It wakes me up. It gets me started throughout the day. It just gets me going, man. And what I love about it is the clarity that I have each and every day. And a lot of times this has been a tough year for me, and the clarity hasn't really been such a thing for me in 2020, 2022. But with Upgrade, it definitely has helped me out a lot, opened me up. I'm telling you, Jeremy, I get up, I do one of those, I start doing push-ups. I'm at 100 push-ups for today. I try to get in about 100 a day, and I already got them in. I'll probably get another 100 in later before I go to bed. You never know, man.
I love it.
And it has a lot to do with this right here, man. So thank you for coming up with all these things. And you're changing lives, man. You really are. And it's a blessed life. And it must make you feel great every day to help people in the fashion that you do.
Yeah, you know what? That is my mission. My mission is to help, help people be better. That's it. Grow and be better every day. Every single day is an opportunity for growth and improvement, but only if you have a plan to do that. And so I help guys create plans that help them move forward and make progress every day, and of course create products and programs and procedures like this that literally just help with people's growth process. This life's journey is all about growth. It's all about creation and growth. And so if I can help somebody with that process, that's what I'm here for.
Awesome. Great, Jeremy. Before we get out of here, take me through your workout today. What'd you do today?
Today was a really easy day. I got up and just did a light walk around the neighborhood. That was really it. So again, it was really boring today. So, normally I do get up. My first thing is that rower, man. I like to crush that rower and almost pass out. I push myself to do about a minute, 17 seconds for 500 meters. I go all out. But I was cramping. My feet and my legs were cramping in the night last night. So I was up taking minerals and drinking water. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to push it this morning. So I actually took it easy and just went for a light walk.
So tomorrow you'll go hard.
Oh yeah. I'll go hard.
I love it, Jeremy. And thanks for supporting Disruption Network this year, man. It's been a great partnership, and I love what you're doing and helping and inspiring and changing lives. And it's something that I'm all about, too. So this is a good partnership. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for taking the time today. Visit lastingconfidence.com. Everything's very discreet. You can check out the procedure and what goes on and book an appointment if you want to gain that extra growth in your member down below. And also check out Upgrade Brain Formula, freemanformula.com. My man's got a lot of endeavors going on, and it's all to help you. It's all to benefit you in your health, in your mental health, and in your physical health, and just your spirit and your well-being. So visit freemanformula.com and use promo code Disruption for a 15% discount on all his products, man. Jeremy, you're a great man. Thank you for all that you do for us, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you again soon.
Later.